Welcome to the James R. Thompson Center. The James R. Thompson Center holds a lot of principles and elements. On the interior of the James R. Thompson Center, you can see the contrast in the way that the red and blue colors and all the vertical and horizontal lines go up and down in the center of the building. The multiple lines that create the interior of the building create patterns on the ceiling and along the side of the walls where they intersect one another. Light and color come together in all of the windows and colored steel beams. The James R. Thompson Center is relatively large in scale. Compared to the surrounding buildings, it is much larger in width than most of the buildings around it. It is not the tallest building in Chicago, Illinois, but it does not lack in height. It is a very abstract building in the way that it's shaped, and built at the top is the center, creating a taller illusion on the interior of the building rather than the exterior. The James R. Thompson Center is made of very basic but durable materials that large buildings began to be made of during the modernist movement. The main materials you'll find is the center is glass. Almost the entire exterior of the building is glass windows. The base of the exterior is concrete to support the entire building, and the inside you will find multiple exposed steel beams to support the building, as well as adding stile and marble floors for the ground. The entire interior of the building is mostly lit through natural light from all of the windows and gigantic skylight at the top of the building. Artificial light is used throughout the building, especially on floor hallways and offices. Color is a large element on the interior as well. The main colors are red and blue, which is the color of the glass walls and steel beams on the interior of the center. The James R. Thompson Center was built during the 1980s when many large buildings and skyscrapers were coming into the popularity in the U.S. The technology of the building was used in the creation of being able to create such a large place. Technology was also used in the interior of the placing in large steel beams in a way of supportive and style. Materials come into play with technology as well, because materials like steel and glass were being used in large buildings at the beginning of the 20th century. The James R. Thompson Center is said to be an architectural gem. The overall use of the building is for office space and the Illinois government. Anyone is welcome in the building as the lobby has a lot of art and architectural pieces for pedestrians to look at. The experience you might have at the center could be overwhelming because there are so many elements and factors that go into an incredibly large building. It is certainly a building like no other, and it's a sight to see in Chicago or in all of the world. The interior of the James R. Thompson Center does not have a lot of furnishings in the lobby, but as for individual floors and offices, I am sure the case is different. There are some finishes of artwork and art pieces in the chairs of the cafeteria, but mostly an open area for people to move about. Finishes are added to the floors to make them shine, as well as finishes of the overall interior that gives it color.